children, let me wish you another great day with the program of Guru Gedara, and you all are welcome to the event. And do you know, this is the last lesson of the lesson series of Bringing Tony Home. We'll start our lesson. Yes, Bringing Tony Home by Tissa Abeysekara, and this is lesson 6. As usual, we do the recapitulation. Yes, in the last lesson, we discussed chapter 3, The Little Train. So, there we discussed memories of the teenage of the narrator and memories of Tony, and the narrator described another part of the camp, and he tells how he has recreated the sceneries in Pittagam Karyo, and the narrator deals with memories of big house at Depanama, and he tells that he is going to another school in Panipitiya. Then he describes how he did some kind of mischievous act at the classroom, and Mr. Jayakodi's anger over that, his Sinhala literature teacher. Then he describes the kind of punishment he got. Then again we meet certain parts of the novel which are related to the epigraph, and we discussed that. Then after that, as an adult, the narrator revisits his village, and he finds the changes took place in the village, and you find a chain of thoughts coming into his mind about the past, and he observes the change took place in the Panipitiya railway station, and the story ends with lots of reminiscences, and you find the end. And after that, we discussed literary techniques of the novella. Okay. So, today we hope to discuss some exam oriented questions later. Now, before that, we are going to discuss different types of issues discussed in the novella, so we can categorize them. Yes, under that, the first one we are going to discuss is social issues. So, mainly we find poverty in the society. So, you know, even in the narrator's family, you find they faced a sudden implosion of economy. So, you find it is indicated by certain symbols throughout the novel. Panmalla, then you find the curtain made by the wild sari of mother, and leaking roof, and ration books, and you find half house. Okay, all these indicate their poverty, and you find certain social classes also were formed in the society during that period. So, you find such kind of discrimination, and earlier you find the narrator's family belonged to upper middle class, English speaking class in the society, although they became poor later. And the best example which shows the discrimination is Ranal. You can find within the same group, peer group, he was discriminated as he didn't have a father. You find, but you find the narrator didn't show any indifference to him. The next one, subcultures in the society. Yes, you find a kind of multicultural society was formed in our country due to foreign invasions. Okay, then you find rootlessness. Here you find the narrator's family was shifting houses from place to place, and you find the theme of loss of identity. They don't have a particular village, they are just outsiders for the village. Then we can discuss education system prevailed during that period, and you can notice the children were not provided equal educational opportunities, and different children and different schools, and you find only Ratnapala or Thelia was able to go to a Colombo school. So he might be able to afford money on that. But see what happened to Ranal. He is a dropout. So you find such kind of differences in education. On the other hand, you find Mr. Jayakodi, who follows teacher-centered method in teaching. And on the other hand, Mr. Aryaratna, the English teacher, and you can find how he interprets the poems and the stories we gain from British history or British literature. Then again, I want to discuss the kind of transport provided to people. Now, can you remember, mother and the narrator were waiting at the bus halt for a long time till the bus comes. Again, the narrator, after his second visit, he was waiting at Depanama bus halt for a long time till the bus comes. So, you can understand the nature of transportation. It was poor. Then, I am going to discuss some cultural issues we met in the novella. We find certain kind of beliefs among the villagers. You know, when the narrator was going to Depanama, this is referring to his second visit to Depanama, he was hearing the drum of Devali, and he tells, yes, just after harvesting period, the people offer the first harvest to the Devala, and they hope some kind of blessing from that. Again, you find when the narrator falls ill after bringing Tony home, you know, father was reciting certain religious verses, and Sirisena's mother recited some mantra. And you know, when Telia was unconscious in the field, yes, again, his parents had to do something like Tovile or exorcism. And you find such kind of beliefs among village folk. Next one, you find subcultures resulted from colonialism. So the best example is Mr. Manga, Cleon, and you find Mrs. Jayasingh, and he mentions burger girls who are wearing pure white uniforms who come down. So you find different cultures. Then parents-children relationship. During those days, mostly this relationship was a formal one. Father is distant from children and mother is close to children, and people led a simple life. So they didn't have a life like today. You know, today's life is, you find a very busy life, but those days they led a simple life. And their habits, you find when something happens at a house or trouble happens at a house in the village, all the people come to support each other. Yes. Then you find leisure time activities. After school, children engage in playing. You know, till the narrator comes, his playmates at Egodavatta are waiting. So they enjoyed their life in this way. Then he discussed some political issues and some events, historical events in our country. First, he talked about a Cold War between Anagarika Dharmapala and the British rulers. Yes, so you find Anagarika Dharmapala started his campaign as a religious one, but later these British rulers understood that there is a kind of national campaign behind it, and after that they suspected there should be some kind of political campaign behind that. So they wanted to protest that. That's why they constructed a laboratory at each place that he has preached. Because you know, in each place that Anagarika Dharmapala has preached, there was a bo tree. A bo tree was planted. So, to make a protest on that, British rulers constructed a lavatory nearby. Then, after getting independence, yes, first, as a whole, our all the nation in our country struggled for independence. There was a unity of all these nations. But after that, what happened? We find division of local politicians after the independence. So, first the narrator hints about the clash between Sir John Kothalawala and Mr. S.W.R.D. Bandaranaike. And later he talks about JVP upheaval period and their boycott over bringing Indian peacekeeping army to this country, because there was a rumor that these people raped the girls in north area of our country. So it was related to the LTTE terrorists in our country those days. So again you find, although there were certain kind of conflicts, when some kind of outside force come to our country and influence on our people, within the country, our people fear for each other. Our people were not happy about that. Okay? Then the writer discusses the psychological issues mainly related to the narrator. So you find throughout his life, this narrator has a guilty feeling. What is this guilty feeling? He feels leaving Tony behind at Depanama was something wrong. So that is a kind of psychological condition we find in narrator's mind. Then memory. Yes, we find, and it is very evident that one cannot escape from the memory. It's so hard. And on the other hand, we find needs of parental love. Okay? Yes. Now this child also needs parental love as well as their attention. Then, at the very beginning, the narrator spends his life as an isolated one, but later he joins playmates in Egodavatta. So, after losing Tony, first he was disoriented and confused. He was disoriented and confused after missing Tony. Then again it reminds us difficulty in parting from loved ones. Yes. Now we are going to discuss some context questions. Yes, exam oriented context questions. So you should know or you should be familiar with the parts of this question. There are 4 parts in the question and you have to write precise short answers. And remember to focus on the given extract. There are four parts in this context question. So, the first part you will get 2 marks, second part again you will get 2 marks, third part you will get 2 marks, and the fourth part you will get 4 marks. So, therefore, remember to write somewhat lengthy answer for the last question, and you will get 10 marks for this context question. This is the first question. We can discuss the answers for that. Now look at the context. The gunny bag, stiff and bulging with the provisions, stood upright on the ground, and the mirror was placed on its face against the boy. And Tony, released for a moment from my waist, first sat on his hind legs and then stretched himself full length from paw to tail end, panting and drooling at the mouth, but looking quite pleased with himself. My eyes moved casually over the bag, and I had the feeling that something was amiss, but I couldn't quite place my finger on it. I put my hand inside the bag and felt the rice and the 2 packs containing sugar and dal, and my hand began to smell of milchard. But still I had that uneasy feeling that something was missing, and then all at once it struck like a thunderbolt. Look at the questions and answers. Who is Tony? Yes. How do you write the answer? Tony is speaker's or narrator's pet dog. Then number 2, what is this situation? So you have to identify the situation. The above extract connects with the situation that the narrator is on his way back home, walking with his pet dog from Depanama. On the way, he sees 2 decorated images of rabbits on the wall of a house and very much wanted to see them. He finds his thirst as a reason to go close to the house. He keeps all the provisions and the mirror that he was carrying at one side, but at once feels that the ration books have been missing. He is highly shocked. So that is the event. And remember, he has gone to Depanama for 2 times. So you have to mention that this is the first time. That means he is coming back with Tony. Okay. Then number 3, write the meanings of the given words or phrases in your own words. Uneasy feeling, it's a kind of uncomfortable feeling, and struck like a thunderbolt. Yes, so that means highly shocked. Then the fourth question, explain the physical and mental condition of the speaker at this moment. Yes, look at the answer. He is physically tired of the long journey, but very much attracted to the decorated rabbits on the wall. He wants to observe it closer, and he goes close to the house and asks for some water. But in the last part of the extract, the speaker gets highly excited as he feels he has lost the ration books. Yes. Now we'll move on to the second question. This is the context. She knew I was awake and spoke to me in a low but clear voice. Her voice was always low, but very clear and sharp, and she spoke slowly, enunciating each word very carefully. She said to me that night that I shouldn't worry about Tony, that he would certainly have gone back to Deparnama, where he would be all right, because there were people there who knew him and liked him and would look after him. It is better it happened this way, because here Tony would have been very unhappy. First question, who are referred to as I and she? Yes, so you know I means who? The narrator Tissa Abesekara. So be careful when you write the answer for that, because if you write only Tissa Abesekara, you don't get marks. You know, throughout the novel, this name was not mentioned. You know that. So but we know it is Tissa Abesekara. So first you had to write the narrator. Then after that, it's better to write Tissa Abesekara. Then she means who? Yes, narrator's mother. Then what is the connection between the narrator and Tony? Where is the narrator at the moment? You know, Tony is narrator's pet dog. There is a strong bond between the narrator and the dog. The narrator is in the room of his house at Egodavatta. Yes, so we have to mention where the narrator is at the moment. Okay, he is at his room, or he is in the room of his house at Egodavatta. Then number 3, this is the context. My legs were wobbly and my head swam as I stood on the platform and looked up at the road above the embankment and beyond the row of cactus bushes. First it was a blur, but slowly things came into focus and there was no dog on the road. Still panting, I walked slowly along the platform and got back on the road where it crossed the railway line. I went through the old gate post and reached the bus stop on the high level road. The bus took a long time in coming and I heard 2 trains come and go at the railway station. When finally the bus came after what seemed like a long time, I knew the crisis was over. First question, where did I go in the extract? Answer, I went to Deparnama. Here you can see I is put within inverted commas. So it is just like a name. Okay. Remember to put inverted commas. Then question number 2, why did he or she go there? Because we don't know whether this person is he or she. See, in our answer we can write he. He went to Deparnama to return some money his mother borrowed from Mrs. Lawrence Perra. Then question number 3, write the meanings of the given words or phrases in the passage. Here the words are highlighted, underlined. Legs were wobbly, so that means legs were shaking. Then head swam, yes, the head throbbed. Then fourth question, what is the crisis mentioned here? Why does he or she call it as a crisis? See, after meeting Tony, he feared that dog would follow him, but he finally realizes that the dog is not able to follow him. So this is the crisis mentioned here, because he wanted to get rid of the dog without hurting him. Yes, he wants to get rid of the dog at the moment. Question number 4. For 3 years now I had been traveling that way and back, and all this time I had very carefully avoided any contact with Depanama, which lay on the other side of the high level road. But each morning and afternoon I was on the same route I had taken with Tony 6 years ago, and I would love to take a corner seat and watch the road go by and recall each moment of that journey. And each point on that road came to be associated with some stage of that walk, and slowly it had become a secret addiction, something I wish to keep myself. Yes, the first question: where was the narrator at the moment? Which year was it? Answer: the narrator was at the bus halt at Vijayarama. The year was 1956. Second question: what was he or she doing at the moment? He was waiting for the bus to go to school. Yes. Number 3. Write the meanings of the given words or phrases in your own words. Recall. Yes, remember. Then B, addiction. So, involved in something habitually. Become slavish to something. Okay, so it is explained there in that way. Number 4. What addiction is described in the extract? Why did the narrator get such kind of addiction? So look at the answer. The narrator describes how he was addicted to think of his pet dog Tony, and how he brought the dog from Depanama to Egodavatta, all the way walking. The landmarks on the road renews his memory. It was a habit of him to be in a fantasy world with Tony while he was traveling by bus to school and from school to home. He was very much attached to his pet dog Tony. Although he couldn't keep Tony with him, even after 6 years later, the memories of Tony were not crashed from his memory. Their bond is that much strong. Then, question number 5. This is the context. And I was too frightened to look back as I sat away from mother on a seat on the side row and kept looking past the driver's head and through the slightly upturned half of a windscreen to the darkness beyond, until I heard the conductor shout, "Rise!" and the bus lurched forward with a shudder, and the headlamps came suddenly piercing the dark in a yellow shaft of light. Question number 1. Where was the writer going with his mother? They were going to their new half house at Egodavatta. Number 2. Why were they going there? So you know the family of the narrator has shifted to a half house in Egodavatta as they faced sudden economic implosion. They were not wealthy enough to live in full house in Depanama. Question number 3. Yes, write the meanings of the given words or phrases in your own words. A. Lurched forward with a shudder. So you can see it's the movement of the bus moved to the front with a jerk like this. Okay. Then B. Suddenly appears in the dark. Abruptly penetrating through the thick darkness and giving out light. Question number 4. Why was the writer too frightened to look back? He didn't look back because it was unbearable for him to leave Tony behind. He was reluctant to look at its sad face. Then we will move on to essay type questions. So there you will get marks in this way. Look at the screen. For content you will get 7 marks, organization you will get 4 marks, and for the language you will get 4 marks. So what should you include for the content? Look at the screen. You have to write relevant facts from the text. Remember, you don't have to write everything you learned. You have to select certain relevant facts and you have to prioritize facts from most important to least important. Then, presenting content in favor of question. You have to address the question. Then, critical evaluation of facts. You have to write a critical answer. Then finally, you have to give a personal view on the matter discussed. Response stimulated by content. And you will get marks for your creativity. Okay? Then, for organization, you have to consider these facts when you write your answer. You have to write relevant answer and address the question. Then there should be the cohesion or link, okay, in between your facts. In other words, close connection between the various parts of the answer. And you have to support with relevant quotes at the appropriate point. Remember, you have to write appropriate relevant quotes. Okay? Then, well-ordered answers. Okay? So, there you have to write the introduction properly. Then, in the body part, there should be several paragraphs for subtopics. Then, finally, there should be the conclusion. So, those are the stages of your answer. It should be well organized. Then, you have to develop an argument throughout the answer. Then, for language, yes, you have to write the correct structures and grammar, and you should have rich vocabulary and expression, and you should have communicative power in language, and you should have a good style and diction. Remember that. So, we are going to discuss some points of essay type answers. Remember, I am just giving the facts, but when you write the answer, you have to elaborate these facts, giving examples from the novella. You have to quote relevant lines from the novella. Okay? Yes. First question. What is highlighted in Bringing Tony Home is the relationship between human beings and their pets. Would you agree? Support your answer with examples from the novel. Remember, in literature, you can agree or disagree, or you can agree to a certain extent, but you have to support your answer. Now, in this novella, we mainly find this relationship between human beings and their pets, but you find something other than that. Okay? So, you have to handle these two things properly in the answer. So, in a good answer, you have to mention both these facts. So, first mention whether you agree or disagree with the answer or agree to a certain extent. Okay? Then, the relationship between human beings and their pets is highlighted. That's true. So, you can give examples for that. Yes, Tony the dog is the closest companion of the boy, living with him well over 7 years. Okay, then you can give certain quotations like that. I kissed him lightly on the forehead, he smells good. Then the dog shows love, expecting to be loved in return. You see, Tony the mischievous pup was pulling at the fold of my pyjama, demanding to be carried. So the dog also needs love. Then the dog follows the narrator up to the bus stop. He too tries to get into the bus. The conductor shouts at the dog. The narrator gets upset, sad, and even angry. So, this is how he records it. I was sad and angry because we had left Tony behind. The boy secretly vows to himself, determining to bring Tony to his new house. So, that is given in capital letters. I was going to take Tony home. Then, at the moment they are reunited, you can notice the way Tony shows his joy in his canine style. See, Tony came out nowhere, charging and barking, leaping, mourning in a delirium. So you can observe his actions. The narrator got himself tied to the dog with a rope because of fear of losing him. Tony stays close to the narrator because of the fear of losing the master again. The boy too decides to walk all the way from Depanama to the new house because of his fear that he would lose the dog. Yes. Then, due to the unhealthy atmosphere of the new house, Tony leaves everyone when the boy is unconscious due to fever. It increases the pathos of the boy. Then we can discuss the second meeting. Yes. So we find it's very emotional. So that is the second visit to Depanama made by the narrator. So event is very emotional. He feels sorry to see the dog with sores. Okay. He understands the dog is starving. Okay. So he says, a sick dog with sores all over, patches of red skin through which the bones showed. Then he deserts the dog not to abandon him but to spare being ill treated. He knew what happened at Egodavatta half house. Yes, again you find nostalgic feelings of the adult narrator for his dog. He says, the roly-poly fluffy pup was yapping continuously. So you can notice how many times the narrator has mentioned this event in the story. The narrator experiences a secret joy indulging in memories. He was addicted to that. You see, I would love to take a corner seat and recall, and slowly it had become a secret addiction. So, he gets the sound of barking whenever he hears the echo of the sound of the train. So, that's why we say the sound or sad whistle of the train is a metaphor. Then, the focus is not only on the relationship between the animal and the human being, but also on, yes, there are some other aspects. So, in a good answer, you better mention these facts too. What are these facts? You have to discuss the socio-cultural aspects of the period. So, throughout the lessons, I discuss these things, and the transport system, and agricultural life, and political situations. Okay? So, you have to mention these facts of that period and elaborate them, giving examples. Then we'll move on to question number 2. In bringing Tony home, the narrator speaks of the typical social life of the common masses. Discuss. Yes, you have to agree with the statement first. Then you find in the novella the social life connected with natural beauty. So you find the social life is brought out, connecting it with natural beauty. So how was the natural beauty discussed in the novella? The writer talked about the freshness of the environment, thick vegetation, and vast paddy fields, plantations. You find rubber plantations. Then water bodies, canals, streams, and tanks. Yes. Other than that, gravel road, cart tracks, and bullock carts. So all these are connected with nature. Then the layout of isolated village Egodavatta is described. So he describes the two sides of the road when he comes to Egodavatta. So it makes a visual imagery of a typical village atmosphere in Sri Lanka. So he found a plot of rubber and old homestead strewn all around with cow dung, and he finds paddy fields on all three sides. Then the narrow cart track, shrublands, then thatched huts, then coconut, jack, breadfruit trees, and the gravel path. So all together make a visual of a village. Then the rural folk who had not been caught by the Western culture. Yes, now in certain parts of the novella we find some of the people in our country embraced Western lifestyle, but people who were living in the village did not embrace that Western culture. Then you find people who spend typical and traditional village life, although most of them have been stricken by poverty and ignorance. So, when the narrator was a little child, this natural landscape was really a paradise for him. A paradise for him for two things. Look at the things. First, he enjoyed with his pet dog. Then later period, he played with his peer group. The scene of a herd of buffaloes which were wallowing in the mud, and it makes a visual imagery. We imagine that picture in our mind. The roads were full of bullock carts and very few motor vehicles could be seen. Then carts were used in transporting goods as well as passengers. So all these explanations make visual imagery. So look at the relevant quotation. And the traffic on the road has increased. There were more carts than motor vehicles, and the bulls amble along with the carters, nodding under the awning, the ropes gone limp in their hands, and they are all moving eastwards. So you can create a picture in your mind. Then typical village characters in Depanama and Egodavatta. So you find Sirisena's mother, and they talk about that Carter John. Then you find Gira Ata, then Piyasena, Jayasena and Jinadasa. So you find lots of such characters. Then they had not been affected by the trends of the Western culture. You can notice it. You can notice when the narrator revisits his village as an adult, he finds Jayasena as the same villager. He was not subjected to those changes. Then they still stick to their conventional lifestyle. So, in their conventional lifestyle, you find some of them engage in rice cultivation, and some were running boutiques, and some were rearing cattle. So, these are the examples. Paddy fields on all three sides of the village. Now, he mentions that. He tells the village is bordered by these three paddy fields. Then, that hints out most of the villagers engage in paddy cultivation. Then you find Mary Akka's boutique, Manchi Akka's boutique. Again, you find how they call each other, not using Mr. or Mrs. like in the city, but they say Akka. Okay? Then Gira Ata, who brings milk early in the morning. So, these are the features of a typical village. Look at the pictures. Then, three brothers who live in a wattle and daub house on the edge of the paddy field. And you find wattle and daub house. How they enjoyed with the narrator on rainy days, sailing boats made out of plantain tree trunks. And you can mention, yes, in the third movement, the narrator meets Jayasena after about 46 years. Jayasena remains in his typical village state, as I told you before. How he was puzzled when the narrator talks to him, and why? Because you know the narrator is wearing that gentleman kit and coming by a car like a person from the city. So, there is a kind of distance between them. Then, the way Sirisena's mother and Ranal's mother are introduced, you can see without using Miss, Mrs. or Miss. Then, Manchi Akka's tea boutique, Mary Akka's hopper boutique, then Rosalind Nonage Kade. So, all these hint out, displays the nature of a village. Then you find traditional beliefs. Example, Sirisena's mother knew mantra, devil dance made to chase away the demon in Telia. Then they talk about ration books and village headman's office. And can you remember the story of Dimitrius? Some traditional functions of rituals performed in village, Devale. Again, these bring out traditional beliefs of village folks. Each year, after the harvest in April, there was an all-night ritual of, what is it? Thanksgiving to the gods. And for 1 week before that, the drums would start beating. So, finally, you can write the conclusion. So, in the conclusion, you have to include the summarized facts discussed in the answer and present your own view regarding these facts. Okay? Question number 3. Bringing Tony home is seeming a journey a young boy makes with his dog. Discuss. What does this story say about the needs of a child? Yes, these are the facts. The story mainly shows the love the boy has for the dog. His determination to bring Tony back home is presented, and the boy risks his own safety to bring Tony home. He didn't understand the gravity of this journey. then walking all the way from Depanama to Egodavatta with Tony was explained. Yes, again, we can discuss this journey in two levels. On surface level, it is a journey from Depanama to Egodavatta he made with his pet dog. On the other hand, in deeper level, it is a journey to maturity. Again, it discusses needs of the child. The children need the love of parents and they need the emotional support from the adults and need for sense of direction or guidance, and they need security and need to be accepted. Yes, now we reach the end of the lesson. As usual, I am going to summarize the facts we discussed. First, we discussed different types of issues in the novella or different types of issues presented in the novella. Then we discussed some context questions. After that, we discussed certain facts for essay type questions. Yes, you know, this is the last lesson of the series of Bringing Tony Home. So, I am going to wind up the lesson. Goodbye. Have a great day.